Hello again. From time to time in the history of the world, movements emerge which are irrational and can only be accepted by abandoning any attempt at rational evaluation or critical judgment. Most religions are like that. One must simply take the word of a prophet for what is said about the will of God. The Prophet Muhammad, of course, founded just such a movement. Marxism is another example. A statement is made, say that all men are equal, and one must simply accept this strange proposition is true and not ask too many questions. Of course, once we start thinking about the idea that everybody is born equal, we soon realise that it's nonsense. A good deal of intelligence is inherited, so even at birth there's no equality of mental ability, to give one instance. Some babies are healthy, others feeble, some are born deformed. In what possible sense are they born equal? Perhaps have equal rights. A moment's thought shows that this too is obviously untrue. The rights of a person born in Saudi Arabia will be very different from those of somebody born in England, which will in turn be different from those accorded in Russia. Clearly, this claim of Marxism is not and cannot be true. There is no possible sense in which people are born equal or are equal. It is not even certain that they ought to be equal. The essential point about such movements, though, is that we must not ask questions. That is why anti-racists get irritated if you ask them why they think that all ethnicities have equal intelligence or the same disposition towards violence, say. It is not something which can be debated. As with the Marxist idea that everybody is born equal, it must simply be taken as given that all babies of any racial origin are born with equal capacity and potential, and the very act of questioning if this is so is literally wicked and harmful. Of course, this links in perfectly with the transsexual industry, which is now flourishing almost as much as anti-racism. Being born equal for members of this movement means being born with no biological inclination to be male or female. Babies are born equally likely to be either, and it is society and family which dictate whether a baby will grow up to be a man or woman, not genes or anything else. I do not say whether this is so or not, although it sounds very improbable. What I'm drawing attention to is the fact that it is not a rational belief because questions may not be asked about it without people getting angry. Those who hold rational beliefs say that the speed of sound at sea level is around 760 miles per hour, can talk about why they think this is so, and they don't get angry if people ask questions about it. Contrast this with Muslims or anti-racists and you'll soon see the difference. Ask a Muslim why he thinks that the Prophet was really taking down dictation from the Archangel Gabriel, and he's apt to get ticked off and perhaps grow angry. In the same way, ask a devout anti-racist why he thinks that black people are as intelligent as white people or no more prone to aggression, and he's likely to denounce you as a racist and also get angry. This is not to say that either the Muslim or anti-racist are wrong, just that their beliefs are held in a completely different way from the belief that the Earth is 93 million miles from the Sun, or that atoms are composed of protons, neutrons and electrons. Unless we understand the difference between beliefs like this and the grounds on which they are held, we will never be able to understand the current enthusiasm for anti-racism or the advocacy of trans rights. Any set of beliefs which causes people to grow angry when questioned about those beliefs is not rational. and cannot be debated rationally. This is a great difficulty for those of us who are dubious about some of these modern crazes, because when we express doubts, we are denounced as being bad people who wish to harm others.